The Myrtle Beach International Film Festival is underway, and tonight one Grand Strand local was on the big screen. Well, right now it's easy to see all of the people down here on Ocean Boulevard. The new zip line is going up quickly. A lot of the race is still going on right here behind me at Darlington Raceway. Drivers will see a lot more of these road closed signs, a lot more of these construction barrels also.
Brandon Herring, hometown boy here.
Yeah, from Robeson County. I've visited the campus a few times over the years, and I mean, it certainly has really grown. I think there's never been a Lumberton that I can remember where when I told him I wanted to highlight a park in Robeson County, he just really wasn't convinced. He was like, "Are you sure? Parks are a fine place to visit, but we go and shoot our stories in the middle of the day. You never know if people are going to be there. It really could just turn out to be a little boring." And I said, no. You do not know Luther Britt Park in Lumberton. He's had a lot of memorable moments. And then Kristen Wiig, I always say her name wrong. She also obviously left just recently. So a few well-known cast members.
I like the Lazy Sunday. Lazy Sunday is pretty fun.
And it's been kind of a YouTube sensation. People doing their own Lazy Sunday things.
Of it.
Yeah, you guys have seen it, right? You guys have seen it? Maybe not. I don't know. Well, let's check out the weather. I'm going to give you a chance to catch your breath for just a second. It's been a busy last hour or so for you, I know.
It's been a busy afternoon.
And all that's true with the heat and everything. Yes. This obviously is a little bit of relief, though. Can we just go back to that hit at the Pelican Stadium? I was like, oh, great for those fans out there. Somebody's going to catch that. It cleared the fans out there.
I was looking for it just to see that it didn't actually land in the stands, but beyond there.
That's a good height distance way out there. All right, thank you, Joe. We'll be right back. Stay with us. First open as Hard Rock Park, and secondly, infrastructure has improved, like the George Bishop Parkway Bridge here. Parker's family says someone must know what happened to him because people don't just disappear. Recycling it means there's less trash coming into the landfill here. If you run out of gas while driving, you can immediately lose power steering, power braking, and of course, it gets you stranded on the side of the road. I'm live in Myrtle Beach. I'm live here. I'm live in the Deerfield community. I'm live at 79th Avenue North. I'm live on the campus of the Citadel in Charleston. I'm live in Myrtle Beach along Seaboard Street. Brandon Herring, WMBF News. Now, obviously, we're here on the campus of UNC Pembroke, and right here in Pembroke is also the home to a major cultural arts outlet here in this area. It's the Givens Performing Arts Center. It opened in 1975. And I will tell you that a lot of people like me are familiar with it in some way. I took a class trip here when I was in grade school, but I was never really aware of exactly how much was going on here at the Givens Performing Arts Center. That is, until now.
I love the Givens Performing Arts Center.
I've enjoyed just about everything I've come to.
For some people, the Givens Performing Arts Center is a regular visit.
2 for tonight.
We probably see, on average, a dozen shows a year.
Okay.
So at least once a month.
For those who aren't familiar, it's a variety of events that keep them coming back.
There's something for everybody.
This night, it's a version of Moulin Rouge by the Royal Winnipeg Ballet from Canada. Other nights, it could be music from Kool and the Gang or an Eagles tribute band, even Chinese acrobats or true stories of the Civil War set to music.
Programming that folks in our part of the state cannot get anywhere else. We do a number of things that the folks in Charlotte are doing, the folks in Greensboro, even Raleigh.
Director Patricia Fields says Givens often attracts high-quality touring shows for one night as they travel through the area. That works out to make ticket prices cheaper than you'd find in those bigger cities.
And it's easy if a show is coming from the Richmond area or coming out of Virginia and going down the coast for them just to pop off the interstate and come into Givens Performing Arts Center.
And that's just what Givens calls the Broadway and More series. There's also a distinguished speaker series and theater performances for kids. Carol Murphy brings her students to those shows.
I think that's really good for the children who don't get exposed to those things very often.
Fields says the staff works hard to bring in performances with broad appeal, from traditional to modern, and she's seeing that blend in the audience, too.
We're seeing some of our customers who have been with us since 75, sitting beside a 17, 18, 19-year-old freshman student coming in, and they're bonding and forming relationships.
I'm sure if everybody knew, every performance would be sold out because it's just that good.
Now, in addition to all those things I mentioned in that story there, the Givens Performing Arts Center is also a home to several other types of live performances, from symphony orchestras to even folk music, and it's also home to a whole nother bit of offerings from the music department as well as the theater department here at UNC Pembroke. And the staff wanted me to remind you guys it's really not that far off of Interstate 95 and really not that far from the state line between North and South Carolina either. So they really want folks to come out and see what it's all about. I'm live on the campus of UNC Pembroke today for In Your Community, Robeson County. Back to you guys. Well, Laura, the race is still going on right here behind me at Darlington Raceway. And you know, there's always a lot of excitement out here, and the fans have been here enjoying that. And earlier today, I caught up with some who are doing just that, enjoying the race at a place we rarely get to see, the infield.
It's the only place to be. I've lived here all my life, and I've sat in the stands, and then when you come in here, it's a total different experience.
Joanne Curtis has been enjoying the Darlington race on the infield with her family and friends for 30 years. She says setting up an RV combines the comforts of home with the atmosphere of the race, and that comes with lots of perks.
You get to hang out with all your family and friends. Yep. You don't have to stand in line to use a bathroom. We get to bring as many coolers as we want. We get to mix cocktails anytime. Eat as much food as you want. Be shaded from the heat.
I like Clemson football games, and this is a lot like it because everybody just gets so into it and they're so excited to be here.
And when you're already on the infield, you don't have to leave anything to get to the track. It's also probably the only place you'll find guys building a PVC pipe platform to watch the race. Clearly, one advantage to being on the infield is having a view like you won't get anywhere else at the track.
We got turn 3 and 4 right here, but we're hoping that we can see a little bit, you know, on the sides and the back turns.
For some, that uncertainty about the view is the only infield drawback.
It's hard to see in here, but it's party. You party here and watch the race in the stands.
But for others, it's the best of both worlds.
We're right in the thick of it. We're right in the center of the action, so this is the place to be.
And when it's all over, Curtis makes sure the fun isn't spoiled.
We take care of all the people and make sure they can get home or spend the night, and we want safety as a priority, you know, for the family.
Now back out here live as the race continues. If you're wondering what it takes to get onto the infield at Darlington, it's almost as easy as just reserving a ticket, but space is limited because people can hold their spaces from year to year. Reporting live at the Darlington Raceway in Darlington, I'm Brandon Herring, WMBF News. The Carolina Civic Center has been through a bit of a revival, and I'm not talking about a church service. There was a restoration here because the Carolina Civic Center was hosting events up into the 1990s, even into the 2000s, but things were really kind of starting to fall apart. The heating and air conditioning system had gotten to the point where they just couldn't host events there. Loyal WMBF News viewers, though, will remember we did a story about that restoration back in 2009, and now the theater is really going strong.
Well, the theater is really active and really busy, and we're very proud of that, and we're thrilled.
It's obvious how proud Richard Scheifert is of the Carolina Civic Center Theater, and what's not to be proud of, really. 5 pounds! For one, the building has been beautifully restored.
Well, the atmosphere of a 1928 historic theater is an utterly unique thing, and so people come here, and they're just amazed.
I wish the walls were full of gold.
People are realizing that a historic downtown is a beautiful thing. And so an historic theater in the middle of a historic downtown is just a great combination.
Well, the Civic Center is a really beautiful theater, and it lets you shine, and lets little kids shine.
Alyssa DeSmit is a young actress who's played in 3 productions here. Even at her young age, she sees the value in having this theater in Lumberton.
I feel like we're kind of losing some of our culture, and theater brings it back, especially in buildings like this.
In addition to live theater, people can now come to enjoy musical performances and movies on the big screen.
We're building an audience for all things, and so people really appreciate being able to come and see a classic on a big screen with a huge sound system and have some popcorn. We're working hard to try to get people to come down here and to attend our shows and to come in from other places further and further out, such as Florence and Laurinburg and Fayetteville. And it's working. They come here because they hear about it in the great, unique atmosphere, because it really is unique.
And right now, the Carolina Civic Center is able to continue operating because of support from Lumberton's City Council. Council members allow some of the local hotel and motel tax to go toward the theater, so it's obviously good to see that they see it as a true asset to this area as well.